believing we came across all them goddamn ocean gyres packed like sardines on the ship that's gonna turn into a gas chamber in about 3 days. And the journey is a fucking 30, 60, 90-day journey. Y'all got to be, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Especially when the most famous slave ship photograph, or not photograph, it's an actual drawing from an abolitionist paper, is a perfect overlay for Notre Dame University, and you motherfuckers ain't caught that shit yet. I showed that shit 5 years ago, and y'all still ain't caught up yet. It might not have been 5 years ago. When Notre Dame caught fire, I showed y'all what the fuck it caught fire for. Just like the White House caught fire, ain't nobody talking about that shit. Don't nobody give a fuck. Because they shit is over. And that fire, and when first it was at the White House, then it was in St. Louis. It went from the District of America to the Show Me State under St. Louis. Y'all don't even see the codes being flipped in your face, and you gonna come on here and write posts and shit and talk about a motherfucker you ain't never met. Ain't no paperwork saying I done fucked over nobody. It don't exist. If it is, they just made it up. So when y'all be talking about people, right? Y'all sitting here watching the dirt get done to people, when you taking part in the dirt. You sitting here because what the allegation is, you not knowing that's the dirt, but because you are repulsive to the allegation, you gonna throw the dirt with the rest of the dirty hands. You motherfuckers gotta learn how to think. Thinking. Just because some shit going on in your head don't mean you thinking. Idle mind is the devil's workshop, because if you don't discipline your thoughts, you won't discipline your life. And if you don't discipline your life, you can't help nobody, because you can't help yourself. So you might as well go and quit and be a pauper guy, get you a box and live behind the liquor store. Get you a mini house or a tent, move your ass to Skid Row. But I'm going to tell you this, when y'all really find out who the fuck Rod Hayes is, because the government going to tell you. The government gonna tell y'all who the fuck Rod Hayes is. Donald John Quavius is gonna tell you motherfuckers who Rod Hayes is. These military generals gonna come out and tell you, since you don't think I'm the chief. Them generals gonna come out and they're gonna tell you, yeah, he the chief. Don't believe me. I don't want you to believe me until you see it. Then I want you to believe me. I'm just telling you what you're gonna be seeing in the future. Because they gonna have to give it all back. And it's not too many of us that know how to tell the story in the manner that let them know that motherfucker know his shit. This they shit. I came and gave y'all all the motherfucking answers. Told y'all where to find the answers. Told y'all you ain't got no right you don't exercise. If you don't exercise a right, it's not your right. You got inalienable rights, but if you don't exercise your jurisdictional supremacy, you a jurisdictional victim. So you can't do that. You can't have it both ways. It don't work like that. You got to exercise your rights. Listen to what I'm telling you. You have to exercise your rights. That's the same as you got to exercise your muscles to make them stronger. In order for a motherfucker to respect you exercising your rights, you have to know your rights. The Indigenous Rights Act, the UNDRIP of the United Nations, that was signed off by America, and America got like 3 iterations of it. They got the American Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People, the American Rights of Native Peoples, the American Indigenous Rights Act. So they got several different documents. I told y'all when I told you we was going through this book called Continuity of Government. If you listen to what I'm telling you and you are familiar with the material, I'm going to walk you through the transitional government. I told y'all that 5 years ago, walked you all the way up until now, and you just got the news on the 10th, the vote to opened up the government, failed, and they was instructed to systematically shut this son bitch down. But I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just making it up as I go, right? Misleading people. But everything I say, they seeing it in their reality. They seeing it in their algorithm. I ain't the only one just telling you these motherfuckers who we is. And now the babies got it, and now you motherfuckers really finna be singing the blues. Especially when they get done butchering this Morris shit. But don't discard the science when you discard that other bullshit. Because you gotta know how to navigate. And you gotta know which Moors gave you what you call sound, trustworthy information, and which one of them was blowing smoke up our ass, misleading us. And you gotta know how to read the material in order to be able to do that. And the whole thing, Noble Drew Ali, for more scientists, Noble Drew Ali's lens is the template to review anything that they say is coming out of more science. Because once you start get familiar with how Noble Drew Ali wrote and how he thought and what he was trying to relay to us, the structure of government, the structure of organization, which is the tribal structure. And he's trying to get us to remember this. Now, before they got sold out, because the Moors did get sold out, Noble Drew Ali used to be able to send a Grand Sheik anywhere one of his was, and they didn't give him no exchange. The Grand Sheik went and got him. They didn't have to pay no fiat bond to get no motherfucker out. They just had to show up in their proper persona, right? Wearing the badge and the fez that Noble Drew Ali gave them with the instructions that he told them how to get you out. Then you had these motherfuckers that come from New Jersey chasing him all the way from New Jersey to Detroit to Chicago trying to infiltrate his shit so they can kill him like they did. So if you don't know them motherfuckers look like us, all you gotta do is study Noble Drew Ali, study Denmark Vesey, study Marcus Garvey, right? The understanding of a confraternity and the understanding of a any kind of movement. Pan mean global, a global movement. Whether it's Pan-African, it's Pan-Asians, you got them all. But the whole thing is studying in the doctrine, and it opens you up to a field of literature that comes from over there that tells us that we from over here without telling us we from over here. Because a lot of what's said is not written, but it's in the writing. If you ain't from our culture, when our ancestors, our elders be standing up talking over us, so sometimes they use some shit sound like a whole nother language to keep the babies from knowing what they talking about, and y'all still don't get it. Y'all not part of our culture. We've been doing the same shit thousands of years. We just did it under different culturals, different times, different iterations, different retreads, different cycles rebooted. This the close of the age of Pisces, and this the dawn of the age of Aquarius. We here in Aquarius now, the early stages, the new beginning. All you got to do is look at the babies. Don't believe me. These babies is telling you the shit I'm telling you better than I can tell it to you. Right? Get out their way. Stop holding them back. Stop always trying to tear motherfucking down. Trying to help somebody lift up. Instead of trying to find people that you can assault verbally, you can write your little dissertations about. I know how to do that shit too. If I put one out there though, I'm gonna have your whole motherfucking history in that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about you as an individual enough to be digging in your life. Fuck you. That's how I stand on it. Fuck you and your life, and whatever motherfucking horse you came on, may that motherfucker break all four legs in mid-stride of taking your ass the fuck on. That's how it is. It's not personal to me. I'm just handling family business. I just take family business personal. So when y'all start trying to stop me from doing family business, I'm subject to step on your goddamn face and keep moving like you ain't even been there. Because you shouldn't have been there. Right? You want to come over to me. I'm minding my business. I didn't ask nobody to come see what I'm talking about. I just talk my talk. They checked it out. And they said, damn, bro. We're pretty sharp. Right? But now you motherfucking hating motherfuckers. And I know I'm a firm believer that you ain't made it until you got your whole hater section. Because you can't do what's right without a whole bunch of motherfuckers mad because you not doing what's wrong. Because they can't do what's right. Because they ain't got the heart for it. They ain't got the real heart for the fight. I'm a military strategist. I'm probably one of the coldest military strategists you could never heard of as a military strategist. Because I didn't study that shit for you. I studied that shit for me. So it's not for you to know where I'm at with it. It's for me to be able to, while you think that we playing checkers, I'm playing intergalactic chess on 9 different dimensions and across 14 motherfucking galaxies, and you trying to tell me what the rules of a checker game is. Fuck your checker game. Matter of fact, fuck the table your checkerboard sit on. I flip that bitch over and keep moving. Got me fucked up. Like, I don't start shit with people, but I don't got no problem finishing shit. I'm fucking ravenous pit bull. I get in and dig it in your motherfucking ass. You will know you've been shook on a whole nother level. I'm not bullshitting. You could come around and you could go send your little private investigator to do the background of the motherfuckers I went to school with and ask them about me and my motherfucking hands. They tell you. Wrong nigga to fuck with. Wrong one. Quiet, don't bother nobody, but when you fuck with him, wrong nigga. You should have left that one alone. Well, you know, the real life game is the game of the guys, but they ain't got enough comprehension to see where it's at, how it's played, who playing, and where they at. They don't know their position on the board. How the fuck they gonna tell somebody else their position on the board? You know? Setting up studio gangsters. Nigga, I done put the work in. I got the motherfuckers to testify to my work. In LA, the first thing they ask you when you talking about you from a set, nigga, who seen you put your work in? Nigga, I can go pull Stones, Vice Lords, GDs, BDs, and motherfucking Latin folks out that done did dirt with me. Shit, I come from the gutter for real, right? I didn't come from the bottom for real. I didn't tread into underbellies of society. I didn't walk the late nights, back roads silent, alone. Children of the night type shit. Motherfuckers got the game all twisted. Motherfuckers. Witness to wrath, a rod, eternally hard with no holds barred. Fuck a battle, blow your ass out the saddle. Now go run, telling tattle how I left you shaking and rattle, trying to decode and decipher for niggas in the cipher that say it ain't hype, the shit that I write. Cause my style just might be a little less lyrical, military and spiritual, using big words and you thinking of fearing you? But the mind of the general be generally more mental still is. Here's your delivery, Papa Sona is elevated, eternally hated a dictator, so I dictated. Leave your ass slated for execution and you can turn to loose the right nigga in the booth that's ready to shoot on any nigga. Ooh, boy. Look, I ain't regular. I look regular. A lot of you motherfuckers think because motherfuckers look regular that everybody is regular and everybody is sane. We are not the fucking same. I put it in my motherfucking post earlier. Motherfuckers call me when shit gotta get handled. You call motherfuckers when you need to handle shit. We not the same. We not wired the same. I'm coming in on 10 because they already know the exhaust 1 through 9 before they even call me. So is you really ready for that kind of drama? Motherfuckers kill me with that bullshit. I don't mind being questioned, because in a few minutes, I'm about to end this, chiefing with the chief, and then I'm going to boot up to part 2 for the Q&A, right? But right now, I'm talking my shit, you know, and let you motherfuckers, let the motherfucking chips fall where they may. I don't give a fuck if you don't like me, because I don't agree with all your Moorish bullshit. I be seeing them niggas on my posts, commenting they bullshit, right? I done already showed you motherfuckers what the real conflict was. Right? The war between the gods that turned into the war between two different groups of people. They look the same, but they not the same. They look like us, but they not us. Right? We believe in protecting babies and they believe in eating them. We not the same. Right? We honor and cherish the rights of the blood and they think that it's food. We not the same. We not the same. I'm not gonna let you browbeat me into saying what you want me to say. I wouldn't give a fuck. It's 8.7 billion people on the planet. As long as I know I'm right, they can't move me and ain't enough of them yet. They got to flip that number about another 10 times and I'm still gonna stand on what I'm standing on because I mean what the fuck I say and I say what I mean. I stand in the position of right, I tell the truth. And any niggas want to see me, you can take it to the streets or we can take it to the booth. We can do it with the pen or we can do it with the sword. It don't matter to me. It don't matter to me. But the whole point that I'm making is y'all don't know who y'all be fucking with when y'all be fucking with people. We sit here and watch motherfuckers' whole lives get thrown away because y'all niggas want to gossip like bitches. Grown ass men gossiping like bitches. It's so bad now that the women sitting back talking about, oh my God, don't these niggas gossip like bitches? Because they can't tell their man nothing without him telling his whole crew. Your wife supposed to tell you shit don't nobody else know but you and her. She killed that motherfucker. I hid the body. Fuck what you talking about. And we gone about our business. Fell out, got a divorce, and I still ain't telling you where the body at. Fuck you and any motherfucking investigators that come with it. Because at the time it happened, that was my motherfucking balance. She stretched the motherfucker, I hid the body. I stretched the motherfucker, she had the body. It don't matter to me. But we not going down for that one. I don't care how bad we fall out. We cuss each other out, get in a fist fight in the front yard, push each other down the stairs. I'm not finna go tell where the body at. I'm not Adam. The lady told me to do it. Bitch ass niggas. That's the bloodline y'all motherfuckers come from. The first rat on record. And y'all his children. Well, he was already here. Genesis 1:26. Go check it out. We was sitting here watching you motherfuckers be made. Artificial ass fraud incubator baby ass niggas. Then y'all gonna hide behind pale faces because you can't stand up to a real man. And then you're gonna try to turn all the kids gay because you're scared they're gonna protest against your motherfucking bullshit and bust you in your snot box. Y'all motherfuckers is something else. And look, get mad at me because I don't want to be disrespectful to an elder that had put his motherfucking work in. Fuck you, nigga. If you don't know when you need to correct the elder's errors, you not qualified to correct the elder when he in error. He allowed to say some shit that we might need to look at from a different angle. So he said it from a perspective that propels you to look at it. Well, what if he right? If he done did all this work, he just might be right. Even if I don't agree with what he said. The probability of him being right from doing the work for so long is so great. I can't just totally dismiss what the elder's saying because he done been through the trenches already. I done been through the trenches, so I know that what he's telling us is he's telling us something that we need to pay attention to, even if we don't agree with him. Even if we don't agree with him, we got to be respectful enough to say, well, why would the elder say that? Did he misspeak? Or, was he going through something in his personal life and they caught him at a bad moment and he said some shit? What was the situation? No, they just be like, lynch him. That's why niggas ain't got shit now. That's why niggas ain't got shit now. Because every time somebody fight for you niggas, some more niggas come along and then tarnish them. And then y'all jump on the gossip bandwagon to tear a motherfucker down. You see you two black devils? You motherfuckers don't get away. Don't none of you rotten motherfuckers get away. You heard what the sister said? Go scroll my page. She said, I don't care who you is. Illuminati, Black Boule, you motherfuckers paying for your shit. Oh, and you gonna pay. You just lucky they won't turn me loose like I want to be. Because I guarantee you it'll be a whole bunch of motherfucking women and kids running around this bitch, and half you bitch ass niggas will be castrated and exiled. Castrated because we don't need to produce no more bitch ass niggas like that that's not qualified to breathe the same air the rest of us breathe, because they are a total waste of space, oxygen, and position on the chessboard. Fuck them motherfuckers. Tip that pawn, kick his ass to the side. He gonna grow up to be a traitor. Squash that bug now. Fuck them niggas. Yeah, I'm in that lane right now. I'm in that lane. Right? So they don't respect the information. They not sitting here watching me when I'm talking to the youth and I'm giving them the most accelerated course of enlightenment for their individual situation. They don't hear none of that shit. All they hear is chief. I don't give a fuck about being called no goddamn chief. A chief ain't nothing but a foreign word that we use for leader. Shit don't impress me. You want to tell me about Turtle Island, you don't even realize the word chief is not a motherfucking tribal word. That's not what we called our leaders. We didn't call them chief. Chief came from Europe. But y'all motherfuckers don't know that shit. Because y'all too busy trying to tear a motherfucker that know what the fuck going on down. Y'all, yes, let's scratch out. Let's see what you motherfuckers really made of. Y'all want to put these women down every other motherfucking chance you get. And the women been the motherfuckers holding us up ever since we went through this shit. Every time we turn around, here they come, feeding us in hostile conditions. And you ain't got no respect for these sisters. Matter of fact, your respect level is so low that you can't have no self-respect. Rotten ass bastards. That's what y'all is, bastards, illegitimate children. And y'all don't know who y'all daddy is. That's the problem. You fucking hoe babies, trick babies. You will come over here and fuck with me. My mom and my daddy was married for 60 motherfucking years. Fuck what you talk about and fuck who you telling. Trick baby ass motherfuckers. Hoe babies. Yeah. And I ain't got nothing against trick babies and hoe babies. Because I know how to raise them where they can come break out of that motherfucking generational curse of being a trick baby. But if them motherfuckers ain't got enough sense to sit the fuck down while the master talking and take goddamn notes, they gonna be the same motherfuckers begging for mercy in the end. And I don't got no mercy. My mercy was gone with Emmett Till. My mercy was gone when they blew them babies up in that church down there in Alabama. My mercy was gone when they was sicking dogs on motherfuckers. That's where my mercy went. I don't got no mercy for you niggas. Don't look for no mercy. Look for grace. Grace is what I get those who deserve it. Because I treat a motherfucker how they supposed to be treated according to what they push my way. When you come to me with respect, I'm going to be respectful to you. But when you come to me on some bitch ass shit, I'm going to be belligerent and hostile to you. I'm going to cuss your motherfucking ass out. If I can't see you, I'll put it on the same format you put that shit on. But I'm going to show my motherfucking face because I ain't got to hide from you niggas. Like you niggas got to hide keyboard ass gangsters. You motherfucking typewriter ninjas. You motherfucking text message masters. But you motherfuckers can't show y'all face. You want to talk all that shit and hide. That's how you know when a motherfucker got pussy oozing out they pores. Oh, pussy ass niggas. You niggas is walking orgasms. That's all you motherfuckers was cum babies anyway. So you still walking around oozing coochie juice out your goddamn pores because you a pussy ass nigga. Bitch made motherfuckers. We can do it. We can do it. I beat my motherfucking chest and pound the concrete motherfucking swing from lampposts in any city I go to. I know how to get respect, because I know how to respect the motherfuckers that deserve the respect. And I know how to beat a motherfucker down who being disrespectful for no reason. Whether I beat him around physically, mentally, intellectually, psychologically, politically, socially, it don't matter. Religiously, spiritually, metaphysically, quantum physically, it don't matter. I give it to a motherfucker if he really think that he really want the heat, but I haven't seen nobody deserving of the heat yet. So all I do is just give him a little simmer, strike a couple matches, and let them feel what the fire gonna feel like if I really turn loose on their ass. So look, my girl Kelly watching. Kelly, a mother, a single mother with 3 babies, 4 babies. And she more gangster than 90% of you bitch ass niggas will be talking that shit. Look. All these sisters on here, they know the difference. They know the difference between a grown ass man and a bitch ass nigga. And y'all think they don't. Y'all think they don't. So y'all think that y'all gonna try to run that kind game on them again, especially when they done seen a real grown ass man, and now you gonna try to come back with this watered down ass pussy ass nigga shit. They gonna see right through it. They gonna see right through it. That's why I'm standing up for them now. Cause when this shit over with and they in charge and they running this bitch, and they got these motherfucking war chiefs out here cleaning up these motherfuckers, busting them upside their head and shit. No, nope. I'm not interceding on you bitch niggas' behalf. I'm not doing it. Don't come talking about I was following you for years and you can put up one of them motherfucking salty ass posts mad cause you say I didn't answer your motherfucking message. Do you know how many motherfuckers message me? They blocked me for a month. And when I opened my messages, I couldn't even get to the bottom of them before that motherfucker rolled back to the top. I got so many messages. I can't even catch up on them. I don't even know how to answer them. And motherfuckers get mad because I didn't answer the message, but they don't know what the fuck I'm dealing with over here. They don't give a fuck about what I'm dealing with, what I'm going through. They don't give a fuck about my sorrow for my lost elders. They don't know how angry I am about Angel Bay and Larry Hoover being locked up for 50 years and you bitch niggas been sitting on your fingers, twiddling your goddamn thumbs up your ass, walking around on your elbows like bitches. You motherfuckers. Boo. And then, instead of asking the question, you making the allegation when the question was the appropriate response for the situation. But instead of asking the question, you make an allegation like you already know the answer. And every prosecutor know, don't ask the question if you don't know what the answer's supposed to be. Because then you treading on territory that'll sabotage your whole shit. They teach that shit to law school. Don't ask the fucking question until you know the answer. Well, how the fuck am I supposed to get the answer? Investigate, motherfucker. Investigate. I'm on another platform and the motherfucker holding me responsible for how they market they podcast on their platform. Like I got control of that. I don't give a fuck how a motherfucker market they shit. I don't tell no motherfucker. You could call Brother Rich, you call Elder, you call Dr. G, you call anybody that I did a show with. I do not tell them how to run their show. I tell them I don't need no prep. Tell me cold what you want to talk about, and we gonna talk about it in front of the people. I don't never, none of this shit I do, not nowhere you see, only time that is actually a scheduled live is a class like me and Elder did a series of classes by request of Malachi to put information out in the public for y'all to see it with your eyes, so we start dropping receipts. That's the only time anything is ready. Other than that, I'm off the dome. I could tell you to look it up on the computer while I'm talking to you, explaining to you what the computer finna fucking tell you off the dome. And you worried about artificial intelligence. Motherfucker, I'm motherfucking international intelligence. Man of mystery. You think you know what I know. You have no fucking clue. I got memory of past lives where I done lived through this shit so many times. This is nothing to me. I'm just going through the steps. It's just like going through the AA. I've been in AA so long now, I could just walk you through the steps. I don't gotta be in the class to know what step you on. I can tell by your lingo what you're talking about. Oh yeah, you on step 4. Oh yeah, you on step 6. Oh, that motherfucker on step 2. That motherfucker ain't even on step 1 because he can't admit he an alcoholic. You drunk-minded motherfuckers. Then, when I tell motherfuckers the tribal culture, they say, that's not tribal culture. And then somebody come along and show the video. Come along and share the picture. He said, Rod made that shit up here. Then he can't find nowhere where it's written that we was made out of corn. Po-po-vu. Right? The information in the Popol Vuh was given by a shaman to a Catholic priest to preserve the historical record of an ancient and oral traditional doctrine that's a Bible passed down by word of mouth for thousands of generations. Let that shit sink in. When they telling you that they kept having birth defects until they found the maize, and the maize is what allowed them to properly synthesize the carbon. Roll the motherfucking corn, goddammit. That's why the corn is sacred to us. Because we couldn't make the avatars without the motherfucking maize. Motherfuckers crazy. The children of the corn for real. I'm one of the Hoover boys, but goddammit, I'm one of the children of Malachi. You understand? Children of the corn, 9 eat the beans, star walkers walking on earth. It's all in the mind, man. Y'all sitting here watching this political satire and this Hollywood motherfucking production, and y'all think they telling y'all the truth, and all the time they just acting out a Truman story. And you want to try to attack me, you motherfucking matrix ass goddamn agents. They always gonna come right before the breakthrough. They know they about to hand this shit over. So I'm gonna have to go have one of the tribes make my motherfucking ceremonial dress. I don't know which tribe I'm gonna have to do it yet. Right? And then them walk up there and they gonna give me everything in front of all y'all motherfuckers. Be like, damn, that nigga wasn't bullshitting. All that oral tradition shit was real? The oral tradition was real? I mean that the OGs is real? They actually, look, go to Cali. They sets don't have written literature. They teach it word of mouth. OG to YG. When the YG put in work, he ain't a YG no more. Right? Then he get his rank till he get his status as an OG. And then the OG that was over him, he go sit his old ass down somewhere and let the youth try to figure out the problem from there. But the problem was is that you had a bunch of infiltrators misleading the youth so that they could mislead the next generation that was fucking us up until they ran across this motherfucking Rod Hayes coming on here telling them the way it is. Cali know Rod love Cali and what he talking about, and they got mad respect for that shit, and they show mad motherfucking love. But I don't got no tribe. When I tell a motherfucker I'm Mississippi Clay Dirt walking, all you gotta do is watch the comments. Alabama gonna chime in, Alabama Clay Dirt. Georgia gonna claim I'm Georgia Clay Dirt. They know what the fuck we is. We grew out this motherfucker like trees. We emerged from this land. We wasn't made here. Bunch of you motherfuckers was just put together on the planet. Y'all wasn't even from nowhere. That's why you don't got no homeland. Your bitch ass guy got to find one for you. Cause when he came here, he ain't had nowhere to put you. Cause we was already here. So now he got to try to go fight a fucking 6,000-year war to displace one of these groups so that they can replace them with you fake ass motherfuckers. Yeah, Phoenix, I'm definitely for the cap right now. Just remember, the cap spelled backwards is pot. All eyes on me. Fuck around and get these war stories. We outlaws on the rise. Jealous niggas I despise. Look in my eyes. We trade war stories. Look, I tell y'all, my people come from, my father's side come from Canton, Mississippi. My pedigree already out there. I already told this before. But they say that I don't know where I came from, and I don't got no family tree. So what I just popped up today, for the first time in the history of the world, I just popped out of nowhere. But I got a whole lifetime of motherfuckers that know me from birth to goddamn now. But I just popped up out of nowhere. Right? Motherfuckers listen to my story and still don't know my story. I tell them motherfucker I did 16 years in the penitentiary and some change. Right? I don't be hiding that shit. Just don't make me go back. Just don't make me go back. Cause if I go back, it's gonna be salty for you. It's gonna be salty for you. It's gonna be real bitter for you before I go back. Cause I ain't nobody's fool. Mama ain't raised no fool and Papa ain't raised no punk. I got good sense. I see where you niggas coming from, so I know where I need to be so that you don't see me when I'm standing there. Understand what I'm saying? I got a PhD in sidewalk psychology, motherfucker, off the south side of Chicago. Got a PhD in sidewalk psychology off the south side of Chicago. Where you niggas at? Right? I remember sitting in the lounge on 50th between Aberdeen and May, seeing Keita come in with his entourage when he fresh got home back in 91. Who is these GDs here? No, who are these folks in here? Good, they come in, shoot a game pool, buy a couple beers, and they out. They live in the neighborhood. Oh, okay. No problem with y'all, ain't no problem with me. You ain't supposed to be a problem where you go other people's house. I'm in Motown at the time. That's not GD house. I'm not in Inglewood. I'm not over there by Kershaw in the Inglewood district. I'm down here in Motown. I'm in their territory. I had to give my respect. You know? But them tribes know me, but these watered down Johnny come lately, they did nothing, ain't gave nobody no valuable information. Retread parrot ass motherfuckers that go listen to other motherfuckers and act like they made it up themselves. That came from me. You heard it from me first. You heard it from me first lie. I don't even tell motherfuckers when I bring uncommon information to the forefront that they ain't never heard it from nobody else, for the simple fact is I had to go somewhere to get it. I got enough sense to know that. But that's what the motherfuckers in these debates don't be understanding, because just because you got a line of accepted scholars, my scholars might not be accepted by your scholars, but that don't mean your scholars is accepted by mine. And you motherfuckers don't have enough sense to know the difference in tribal traditional training of a chief, and they think that the chief is supposed to go to the chief school, enroll in first grade. I want my son to grow up to be a chief. Motherfucker, it's a blood right inheritance responsibility of the family to put the son in the conditions that allow him to become a leader of the family. Watch The Godfather. That might help some of you motherfuckers figure out how this shit work. You born into this shit if you from the land. If you ain't from the land, then this shit has nothing to do with you. And so everything we saying sound like gibberish. But when you from the land, you know what the fuck Rod Hayes talking about. Even when I'm doing the flips, you might like, wait a minute, I know that from somewhere, but I don't know what the fuck that nigga saying. But I know that shit he doing. That tribal tongue flip. That reading the subconscious mind out loud, so that you can see where we connected and where we disconnected, so that we can make the proper connections to break free from the mental traps of these rotten motherfuckers. But these other motherfuckers that look like us, they ain't us. They act like men, but they ain't got no nuts, because they all they do is bitch shit. Hide in the motherfucking dark throwing rocks. But remember what they told your dumb ass. Don't throw rocks when you live in the glass house. Motherfucker, my shit made of titanium. I mean, that's the title, that's the subject matter. And why don't we start by using that very first I want to see that picture for the flyer. Yeah, that. I want y'all to just look at this for a minute. Can you make it full screen on there?
Yes, I am. I'm getting ready to do that right now.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So now y'all looking at a DNA helix, right? You got Lucy at the top, which they told us was the oldest remains of humans ever discovered on the planet. That's the Leakey's discovery in the Oduvar Gorge in Kenya. Next, it says melanated. And melanin is autosentient. That means that melanin can be communicated from prime source without any interference of the rest of the human anatomy. The melanin is critical, but the melanin is going to be communicating first before anything else with something called the mitochondrial DNA. If you look on the helix, you'll see it says mitochondrial DNA across the top, and then it got a chemical composition to the right, right? And the encoded traits that we're looking for is the traits of the eternal ones, the immortals, the primordial gods that they've written out of history and made them into male figures, but they carry in the female position in the open to confuse the masses about the importance of the mitochondrial in the DNA. Right? So this is the cover of this presentation you're looking at. The primary resource we're going to be using, Empress, you want to pull up the cover to the book?
Yes.
This is called the ISIS thesis. And it's going into 80 different codes of ancient Kemet. So
this
when we get to this one, it should, no, that's not the cover. Yeah, that's the cover. There you go.
Okay, so let me.
So this is the book that we are using as the first frame of reference for this study. Right? It's a study decoding 870 ancient Egyptian signs. Now, if you look, it's showing you the boat, which is the mothership. If you remember, this show came on Netflix recently. I think it was called Moonlander or something, but it was about a guy who went to Egypt, and he ended up meeting an Egyptian goddess by the name of Tawaret while he was on the ship. Okay, and Tansu was her counselor. Kansu takes on the same zoological type in the hieroglyph as Tahuti. Right? So we finna go from the mother plane to Mother Earth right now. And the link that ties the eternal ones to what's taking place in the galactic realm, as above, so below, as within, so without, right? Reference, C. Freeman Hill. Okay, now let's go to the one with the cover in the first in that page so they can see the chapter.
Which one do you want to go to? Right here?
Yep. Can we make, why is it up so high on the right? Can we scroll up to the top of this page so they can see the chapter? It's not as clear right now.
Okay, give me 1 second here.
Unless it got clipped off.
Well, this is what you sent. It was like this when you sent it to me.
Okay, so for brevity, this is chapter 13.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me make the screen. Okay. Okay,
now I really wanted to see that part up there. I don't know why I didn't read the whole picture because it cut off the title too.
Okay, well let me go back and look because I'm quite sure that's what happened. All right. So
here, if you can hold the class for a minute, I'm gonna grab the book. I'll be able to read it right off the book.
Okay, yeah, because it did cut it off. I mean, it was cut off the way you sent. Well, wait a minute. I'll resend it. All right. So what I'm going to do is pull it up on my email. Let me end this for a minute. And let me stop sharing my screen. Hi, everyone. How you feeling today? Oh, look at the beautiful faces. This is beautiful. All right. So let's pull it up in my email so that we can take a look at it. All right, here we go. Okay, Rod, I did pull it up.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to go back to sharing my screen now. Okay. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that's perfect. That's it. Yep.
Okay.
Now, the irony of this is the 13th chapter of this book. So now, before we go any further, let's go into the mathematics of the number 13. In ancient Kemet, the 13th seat was called the Queen Mother seat, which is the mother to the king. It's showed in the zodiac as a wheel. And the wheel in the center has what's called the eye. Right? So this is the eye of Horus, which is Heru in ancient Kemet, which is the heir. And he's the heir to the father seat, which is called the Osirian seat or the Osiris seat. Right? And then the Queen Mother is the holder of the seat number 13, which is the Isis seat. Before they made everything masculine, the zodiac wheel represented by each one of 12 daughters of Isis. And the 12 daughters of Isis all were what we call oracles. They were called the sisters of the Sibyl in some cultures, right? And what this is about is the 13th seat, and this is telling you the seat of Isis as the Lac-Zi-Jin, right? So where do we hear that reference, Lac-Zi-Jin? Where do we hear reference to that is Henrietta Lack, right? So for all of this to make sense, let's go over Henrietta Lack so you can pull her up first.
Let's see, where is she at?
I don't see it.
It should be in here because I put her in here. There she is.
They cut that one off too, Empress.
Okay, well, hold on. Ain't nothing but a thing. I know how to hair her up and get her done.
So, for those who don't know, okay, we're talking about the Lac-Zi-Jin in ancient Kemet, but this sister name is Henrietta Lack. Now, to show y'all how the secret societies conceal stuff, the S is a backward Z. And the CK in Semitic languages is one letter, not two. So her name is really Henrietta Lack-Z or Lax, L-A-C-Z. The CK was used to confuse us in the English language using the K for the King's English. Right? Now, yeah, so this is a book about her life, and this is an article also. So here it say who was Henrietta Lacks. Here's how HeLa cells became essential to medical research. Right? And it's another page that followed this that gives the rest of the story.
Okay, yeah, so I have that.
Okay. So we can put that one up. We can go over her story.
This page right here? Yeah, this is a, yeah, okay.
This is why her genes, which are called immortal genes, are so important to understand in reference to who we are. And we're going to go to that picture in a minute.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I like how I did that. That looks sweet. Okay. So right here it says, in an amazing twist of fate, the aggressive cervical cancer tumor, keep that that cervical cancer diagnosis under advisement as we go through this. Okay. That killed Henrietta Lack, a 31-year-old African-American mother. When they said African-American, that automatically told you she was organic, indigenous to this land. They want us to believe we from somewhere else so that we won't be doing what me and Empress doing exactly right now. Ha ha ha, in their face. So, became an essential tool that helped the biomedical field flourish in the 21st century. As a cancer researcher who uses HeLa cells in my everyday work, even I sometimes find it hard to believe. On August the 1st, 2023, over 70 years after Dr. took Lack's genes without her consent or knowledge, her family reached a settlement with biotech company Thermo Fisher. Lack's descendant had sued the company in 2021 for making billions of dollars off of her cells. Now the top of the next page is cut off, Empress.
Okay, hold on. I got it. Just give me 1 second. I'm working this thing. Give me one
So
second.
these are the genes that's identifiers for the daughters of Isis on Earth, which takes us back to banking codes in the DNA, and it takes us to birthright and blood right to restore and reclaim everything using the grandfather clause to usher in the grandmother clause. Right? Yep, there we go. Okay, it says, can we blow it up some, write it down?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Now just slide it to the, yep.
Is that good?
Yep. Now you just got to scroll to the top.
Okay.
I think you may have to drag down.
Okay, wait a minute. Oh, goodness. All right. Give me a second here. All right. I have to let me see, do this. Is that good enough for you to,
Yep,
and then,
yep.
okay.
That's it right there. So here the question was, why HeLa cells matter? It says before HeLa cells, scientists wanted a way to grow and study human cells in the lab to conduct studies that are impossible to do in a living person. When lac cervical cancer cells were successfully grown in a petri dish in 1951. Now look at how that's highlighted. Successfully grown in a petri dish in 1951. So there's emphasis on the fact that they successfully grew her cells in a petri dish in 1951. Okay, now, scientists now had a source of cost-effective and easy-to-use cells that expanded their ability to conduct research. From polio to cancer research and sequencing the human genome, that's critical. HeLa cells have played an enormous role in my scientific discoveries and advancements. Okay, you can scroll down so we catch the rest of the last paragraph on that page.
Let's see. That good?
Trying to get the last paragraph on the right side at the bottom.
Right.
There, now blow it up. I should have it. That's good. That's perfect. Okay. Henrietta Lack's story is also an ongoing bioethics case. That means that they still using her case study to go over the ethical value of this method in the to go over this method of research if it's ethical. That means if the moral value of it, if the benefit is outweighed by the moral value, no matter how immoral it will be, they will use that as a means to pursue their objective. It said because these cells were taken from her during a routine cervical cancer biopsy and were then given to researchers without her consent, as was common practice at the time. So who genes do they have that they doing research on in laboratories without their knowledge? Because they say it was a common practice to do what they done. That means they was doing it on a routine basis. It said the Lack family has long attempted legal action against companies that say they say have unfairly benefit. Can you take me off moderator because it keep popping stuff up and blocking my screen?
Okay. Let me find. There you are.
Okay. The Lack family has long attempted legal action against companies they say have unfairly benefited from Henrietta's sales. A 2010 book by journalist Rebecca Skloot details how Hella cells affected both science and the Lack's family. Right? So this was a cause because they discovered her genes were immortal. Right? Can we go to Google and pull up the word immortal?
Sure.
So, genetically speaking, she can't die. So, something happened that made her transition, and cervical cancer would have been one of the things her body would have naturally resisted. So, in order for her to die from cervical cancer, there had to be some unnatural outside intervention, or the cancer cell wouldn't have affected Henrietta Lack to her demise. Do that make sense?
Yeah.
Empress?
Yes, it makes
Okay,
sense.
now, so, and they studied her genes. None of her family know it, nor did she know it at the time, but they end up making the discovery later, which made her family petition the courts for relief. Now remember, they courts is designed to give us the runaround if we right. So the discovery that her genes was immortal, well, what do that mean? To have immortal genes, right? The word immortal means not mortal, not liable or subject to death, undying. The secondary meaning is remembered or celebrated throughout all time. That means in the ancient Kemet, they had a saying, you'd have two deaths. When you disincarnate physically and when your name is spoken for the last time. The third definition for immortal is not liable to perish or decay, imperishable, everlasting. The fourth is perpetual, lasting, constant, right? As in an immortal enemy, the enemy that you always had since your first creation. Your doppelganger self, your devil self, or your double self. Now, fifth meaning of immortal is of or relating to immortal beings or immortality. You with us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it says the sixth is of a laboratory cultured cell line capable of dividing indefinitely. Okay, now, that being understood, they found out that according to the genes, Henrietta Lack is never supposed to die. Every time her cells replicate, there's no entropy in order for it to exhaust itself at its source, which takes us to the image of the mitochondria. This is where it's starting to get juicy. It's the picture of the mitochondria. Not that. That's a cell that's down further in the right there, right under Casablanca. Okay, now we want to expand that because now we finna get into the Matrix. Shout out to Sister Sophia Stewart, the author of The Matrix and Terminator. We ain't forgot about that, sister. Okay, mitochondria is known as the energy powerhouse of every cell, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what the mitochondria itself look like. Inside the mitochondria, where you see those little squiggly lines, is something called the matrix. Let that sink in for a minute. Okay, this is a broadcast system from spirit to humanity. It is the capacitor that downloads the energy of a nuclear star so it does not spontaneously combust the human body. This is the first filter and communication with spirit that the body has. Now, the Sibyls, since it's under here, we're going to touch on that. This is the link mitochondria give all women who understand who they are, and that with a little meditation and focus can activate their mitochondria DNA to operate at maximum capacity.
Uh-oh. You better get ready, get ready, get ready. Get in here, like that guy said.
So we're going to go over the meditation, and I'm going to also make mention of a supplement. But first, once this mitochondrial becomes fully activated, and this is what the sun rays and the Schumann resonance is doing right now, it's energizing the women to turn this on, to take back Earth from the rogue patriarchs, and to make the men be men again and the women be feminine again. The most effective ones of the sisters right now are the elderly women and the priestesses of Oshun to kick this energy off around the planet by understanding focus on the mitochondria. And this is what they're going to call the Sibyl effect. It's like Tesla coils wherever one of them are. And the energy that she's putting out will connect with the other sisters in a telepathic network around the planet. And this is called the Sibyl effect. The Sibyls, or the first prophetesses of Mami Wata, was the ancient Atlantean Lemurian priestesses that governed over the earth. These are the women who decided to make humanity in Genesis 1:26. And then when Adam is made, that's when the usurpers came to replace the ones that the women put in here with something else called a Gulam. Now, what it say right here is what is now currently the Holy See of the Vatican in Italy. Uh-oh. Let me read that again, Empress. What is now currently the Holy Seat of the Vatican in Italy was originally the sacerdotal seat of the ancient Black Sibyl Queen Mothers. Get the book if y'all want to go into more detail. This is the priestesses of Mami Wata, Sibyls, and I forgot the author name. It's on there. What's her name? Anyway, so from here, we're going to go to the Pope's, to the sacerdotal seat the Pope doesn't sit on. You want to pull up that big old pretty picture of Big Mama seat? Yep. This seat is suspended above the Pope seat. That's Big Mama seat. Right? Now, if you look down, you could right directly under it, you can see the top portion of where the Pope sits. The reason the Pope sits there is because he is doing something called Yachabim. He's undermining. He's Jacobin.